Hello, everybody. Welcome back, or welcome to another BC Law EdTech tutorial. In these videos, I go over tips and tricks for using the EdTech resources available to you here at Boston College. In this short video, I'd like to cover one of the most common questions I get every semester, which is how to set up assignments for student submissions. There are a few things you may not be aware of when setting up assignments, and I hope this video will help to clear up any confusion you may have when you get started. All right, so let's get going. The first thing I want to talk about is how to get to Canvas. And the easiest way to do that is to type in the web address, which is bc.edu/LMS, which will take you to your Canvas dashboard. If you aren't already logged in, it will prompt you to log in with your BC credentials. The next thing you're going to want to do is go to the course for which you want to create the assignment. You could just click on the course tile. It will take you to your course homepage here. And then you're going to click on assignments in your course navigation. The next thing you want to do is to click the Add Assignment button. It has a little plus icon up in the top right corner. And now you're brought to the new assignment page here. So the first thing you want to do is give the assignment a name. And then below the title input, there will be the rich content editor. So this is where you will add the assignment description. So things that go here would be like your assignment expectations. Maybe you tell the students what type of file types you want them to submit, whether that's a Word document or a PDF, something along those lines. And you can also tell them whether or not this is going to be graded, any other details about the assignment that you might think they would find helpful. After the assignment description has been entered, you can scroll down to get to all the different assignment options. I'm not going to cover all of these in great detail, but just the ones that you need to know to get a quick online file submission ready to go. So the first part is related to grading, and this is going to be the points section. The one thing I'll mention here is that whether or not you're going to use this as a graded assignment or not, you want to have the display grade as set to something other than not graded. If you actually choose not graded, this removes all of the different options that would make it make the assignment something where a student could even submit. So that would not be helpful for this case. The most common is points, and if you do use Canvas for grading, you can choose to enter a point value here. So let's say you gave this an assignment, a point value of 10 points, and when you grade the assignment later, you give the student a value of 8, then that would be calculated as a percentage. So that would be equivalent to 80% on this particular assignment. If you'd like to learn more about grading in Canvas, I'll link to some additional resources in the video description below that you can check out and learn more yourself on how to do that. The next section is the submission type section. So this will be the most important piece for you when you're creating an assignment in Canvas. Under the submission type section, you'll want to choose online, and this is what enables you to have a file upload type as a student submission for assignments. So really quickly, I'll go over the online entry options. Most likely, you'll want to just check the file uploads box here, as that is probably the most common type of assignment you'll want to create. You can choose to restrict upload file types or not. Basically, that's just a way to ensure that the student is uploading something that's, one, compatible with the Canvas SpeedGrader, and two, if you choose to download files from the assignment submissions, that you can be sure that the software you have on your computer is compatible with what the students are uploading. And I'll go over in more detail the supported file types in just a second. Some of the other online entry options that you might be curious about, the first one is text entry, which allows students to submit via the rich content editor, so similar to what you see up here when you're editing a description. So they don't even need any other text editing software like Microsoft Office or Google Docs or something like that. They could just type directly in Canvas. I will warn you, though, that if you choose to use the speed grader for grading assignments after the fact, you actually lose the ability to annotate directly on the document. You can still leave overall comments for the submission, so you don't lose that feature, but if you like to use the SpeedGrader annotation tools for reasons like highlighting the document or leaving point comments or striking out some of the text and leaving comments on those types of things, text entry is not going to be helpful for you at all. The other issue with text entry options are when you download the files, for some reason Canvas currently downloads them in an HTML file format, which is not impossible to read, but it makes it very difficult for you to actually access the content of the assignment. So I don't think text entry is very helpful at all. Website URL is just that. It would be a link to a website URL. You can also choose media recordings. Let's say you wanted the students to upload an audio file as an assignment, or maybe even a video file of them going over something that you wanted them to submit for the assignment. You could choose media recordings, and it will give them a window inside of Canvas that they'll be able to record using their webcam or their microphone on their computer, and then they could submit an assignment that way. Now, I mentioned I was going to go over the restricted upload file types in a little bit more depth. So if you do choose to restrict file types, you could check that box, and then you can type in a list of allowed file extensions separated by a comma. So in most cases, you'll probably want to enter the doc format and docx, which is Word documents. So those are pretty common. You may also want to add PDF in case they save the document as a PDF and upload it. Canvas also accepts PowerPoint submissions or just plain text files. So those may be something that you choose to allow for upload, but in most cases, I'm assuming that you're going to want them to upload some type of document. So doc, docx, PDF, and txt, which is just a plain text file, are probably the most common things that you would want them to upload for you. And it also ensures that you would have the software to be able to download and view it on your computer. And you also get all the rich annotation features in the SpeedGrader to be able to grade the assignment online. The next features are revolving around group submissions and how maybe you want to set this up for peer reviews. I'm not going to go into detail about what these would mean, but if you choose to set the assignment up for one of those options, you would find them below. And then finally, the assign block at the very bottom is how you actually assign the assignment to the students. So by default, it's already set up to go to everyone in the class. However, if you choose group assignment, for instance, and you have student group set up, you can create an assignment that is assigned to specific groups. Or if your course has multiple sections, you can assign an assignment to one section or another. The due date section, you'll have a little calendar picker here to set a due date, and basically this just allows you to tell whether a student has submitted on time or not. It'll also add the assignment with its due date to your syllabus page, so if you use that for controlling your course content, then you'll get that for free just by setting a due date, which is kind of nice. The availability dates are a little bit different because this actually dictates when the student can participate in this particular assignment. So if let's say you wanted to create an assignment, but you didn't want it available until 2 weeks from now for them to actually see any of the content or to be able to upload their files, you could choose that date in the future, and then they won't be able to even access any of the material, including the assignment description, until this particular date. Similar, the until date, so available until, this would be a time frame where they would have the ability to actually upload their documents. So if you wanted to set a time frame, let's say you only wanted them to have a week to be able to complete an assignment and upload it, you can set those dates here. Finally, If you wanted to keep this assignment in a draft form, you would just click Save, and you can make edits and be sure that your students won't be able to access it until you actually publish it. If you're ready to go and everything's already set up the way you want it to be, you can click Save and Publish and do it all in one fell swoop, and then it will be available to your students, depending, of course, on when you set those availability dates, if any. So that's actually it for this video tutorial. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to hit subscribe to get notified for more videos like this in the future, and thanks for watching.